Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of IIBF, I, Rajdeep Bose, Deputy Director Academics, would like to welcome you to this webinar jointly hosted by Indian Institute of Banking and Finance and Financial Planning Standards Board India. The topic of today's webinar is Unlocking Financial Future and Great Career Opportunities with CFP Certification, in which experts from the industry will discuss on the benefits and the opportunities about the Certified Financial Planning Program. I take this opportunity to welcome our respected guests for the evening, Shri Vishwaketan Das, CEO IIBF, Shri Kishan Mishra, CEO FPSB India, Dr. K. Gangadharan, Director Academics, and Srimati Tina Rawal, Head Business Development for FPSB India. We also have been joined by Ms. Priya Dhawan, Operations Manager from FPSB, to answer all your enrollment-related queries in the Q&A session. I extend my warm greetings to all the members from the banking fraternity who have joined this webinar on a working day in spite of their busy schedule. I also extend my thanks and would like to welcome other senior people and my colleagues from IIBF who have also joined this webinar. We have received a very positive response in this webinar with more than 1,200 registrations, but unfortunately access has been restricted to limited invitees due to technical reasons. So my due apologies will not be able to join this webinar. So for all those who have missed out in participating in this webinar, we'll be hosting a recording of this webinar on our YouTube and Facebook page for your further reference. As you are aware, IIBF and FPSB have entered into a memorandum of understanding under which candidates who have successfully completed the CIB certification from IIBF will be exempted from passing the first three examinations of the CFP exam program and become eligible to enroll in the FPSB India's integrated financial planning exam through the fast track pathway. To qualify for this pathway, candidates must have a valid 3 years experience in banking and financial services. In addition to the above provision for exemption, FPSB India is extending special discount also on the total course fees to eligible CIB qualified candidates who applied for the CFP certification under the fast track pathway. This webinar has been organized to understand about this fast track pathway and the benefits to the bankers who undergo the certification. Now I'd like to request Shri Vishwaketan Das, CEO IIBF, to kindly make the welcome address and set the context for this webinar.
Right. Thank you, Randy. On behalf of IIBF, on behalf of all the participants, I welcome Mr. Kishan Mishra, the CEO of FPSB India. And thank you, Mr. Ji, for joining and the webinar, where we will discuss a little more about not only the function of FPSB, but how we can make Indians rich through this certification. Because everybody in India wants to become rich overnight, incidentally. And I also thank Tina and the team here, Priya also from FPSB, for joining here. My team here, Dr. Gangadharan, Rajdeep, Director Training, and all the other members of IIBF. And I personally welcome all the participants who have joined today for this program. In fact, the registration was more than 1,000. So you can gauge the interest of the bankers and partly non-bankers also. In this, we have not yet branched out to our accredited colleges, which are more than 50. Maybe one day we will have separate program for those accredited colleges also. But the bankers, why we wanted it to the bankers here? Because up to one, we had a channel through CIB where they can pass the FPSB exam comparatively in a better way, going to the challenger status. But that said, the last two cycles of the exam, perhaps the bankers are also finding it difficult to complete the final exam, that the one paper which they are supposed to clear, because they have to also be conversant with the other papers before applying for the paper. So a little bit more on registration and other things will be by Ms. Tina and Ms. Priya maybe. How do they register? What are the things they need to complete before appearing for the exam? Because we want a large section of bankers, particularly in the branches, particularly in the wealth management vertical of various banks, should complete this FPSB certification so that they are able to not only do justice to their job, but also to help their customers in advising better. Many times when I also get queries from various customers, from my relatives, friends. Even one of my friend is presently working as DG. He has just retired. When they ask the simple questions like confusing questions, how long I should keep in the equity so it can be doubled. These are the questions. Whether I should put everything in fixed deposit, it is safe, because it is basically we say that the fixed assets are safer than the equity. So whether there is a zero risk in government bonds also, but technically. So all these things, even the educated people are also little confused with that. So most of the time, if you see, the customers first, the point of contact is the nearest branch where they are having their account. Whoever may be the branch manager, whoever may be the frontline staff, they will simply ask, so fixed deposit करना है कि म्यूचुअल फंड में रखना है. And if you see, the banks are struggling for deposit, and the mutual fund growth has been phenomenal. In the last 10 years, 2010, it was hardly struggling with 14-15 lakhs crores. Now it has crossed 60 lakhs crores. And the CEO of AMPI, who is my old colleague in State Bank, he was telling that we may cross 1 lakh crores in next 2-3 years. But whether increasing that mutual fund investment is actually helping the people to gain their utilize their money fruitfully? Are they gaining that interest which they are supposed to get? Are they using the asset class, or they are blindly following what is being told by the mutual fund or told by the financial influencers, YouTube influencers, or maybe some online platforms like Grow, because they suggest you put the money here and you will get maybe the 10%, 15% in 2 months, 3 months, like that. That is how they do. Whether it is fundamental or it is technical, people do not know. So the basic thing here is people should understand the basics part. And I am thankful to FPSB to create a course where it starts from the basics. We have a wealth management course in the JIB also, retail with the retail banking, which gives the little bit of asset classes and other things. So here, but mostly what I find here, not only the customers, but also most of the bankers, they confuse with asset classes with the vehicles. That means if suppose they want to invest in equity, but it is not necessary that you should invest in the mutual fund. So putting the money in mutual fund, they are thinking that they are putting money in equities. So it can be either or alternate assets. How good or bad the alternate assets are there, whether they can put through, or whether through MF or through PMS route. So people get confused in so many things. So I think this seminar is not only an eye-opener for the people who are participating in this webinar, but will give them a glimpse of the things, how they can prepare themselves to not only to utilize their own money in a fruitful way, but also how do they advise their customers. Who basically, bank relies on the trust of the customers. So any advice you give, if it doesn't satisfy the customers in the long run, it is the reputational risk for the banks. So thank you for joining this webinar. With this, I think we can proceed with the webinar, which is very pertinent here. How do we unlock the financial future and great career opportunities, not only for the bankers, but for the non-bankers also. But though this is specifically for the bankers, career opportunities not necessarily beyond bank. They can go to the wealth management vertical. They can also, this bank assurance channel will largely depend upon the people who are very aware of this financial literacy. The entire bank assurance channel, or the mutual fund which is being sold by the banks, right? So I think we can go ahead with this. And again, thank you, Ms. Raji, for joining here and enlightening us on the subject. Over to you, Rajdeep.
Thank you very much, sir, for your motivating words and creating the right context that how and why it is so very critical for the bankers to have a critical understanding, and understanding critical is very critical about the understanding about the financial planning industry today. We are right now also honored to have with us Shri Krishnan Mishra, CEO FPSB, for this webinar as a keynote speaker, who is the best person in the industry to give you the right picture about the future prospects of the financial planning career. Before I request him to share his perspective, I'd like to brief you about his profile. Mr. Krishnan Mishra is the Chief Executive Officer of FPSB India, the Indian subsidiary of global standards setting body FPSB Limited. With over 2 decades of leadership experience across financial services, professional education, and certification, he brings deep strategic insight and a commitment to advancing financial planning in India. Before joining FPSB, he held senior leadership roles in international organizations, leading market development, transformation initiatives, and strategic collaborations across India and South Asia. He has worked extensively with corporate ecosystems, regulatory bodies, academic institutions, and government to promote lifelong learning and professional excellence. Recognized globally, he was named among the top 100 global leaders in education by GFEL USA and featured by the CEO magazine as one of the most dynamic leaders to watch in 2025. He is an alumnus of Indian Institute of Foreign Trade, New Delhi, and Entrepreneurship Development Institute of India, Ahmedabad, and is also a chartered manager and fellow of Chartered Management Institute, UK. Sir, I'd like to request you to kindly address the participants on this webinar about the financial planning career prospects.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Rajdeep. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Das Saab. Thank you so much for the opportunity to meet you once again through this session. And thank you to the entire IIBF team and all the people, including my team, Tina, Priya, and the rest of the team who is not here. Probably they're listening to us. I can see around 373 people on board right now, Rajdeep. So I think out of 1,200, 373 are already here, and we might see some more numbers going further later on. So before I start, let me take you back to some years and practically in the past, because it is always good to see the past when we look at future. 2,300 years back, someone called Chanakya actually came out and he wrote Arthashastra. And the Arthashastra, the book when he wrote, practically he spoke about wealth management, budgeting, taxation, right, investments, etc., for the growth of the kingdom and the people who stay in those kingdoms. So practically financial planning started 2,300 years back by Chanakya himself. Though it was not a recognized profession in those days, doctors, lawyers, they were recognized, and later on accountants and taxation and the other areas also got recognized. We recognized financial planning as a profession in the year 1969. Yeah, so it's been approximately around 56 years, and it's a 56 years young profession, wherein we have got more than 230,000 and 648 plus professionals who are currently working across the globe to help people for their finances. Interestingly, we have always looked at accounting and finance as synonymous words, but the reality is finance is very different from accounting. Because in accounting, you look at the P&L of a corporate, right? In finance, you practically, especially in personal finance, you practically look at your own P&L, your own balance sheets, right? Which is really very important. Most of us will learn about how this has to be done for the corporates, but we don't learn about how it has to be done for us, because these are the things which are not being taught to us during the education, right? So when we are in school, colleges, universities, wherever we are never taught about these topics. We are not made to learn about these topics. And practically, we learn it the harder way. When we make mistakes, we commit errors, we practically learn it. In fact, if you look at how India has grown from 70s to 80s to 90s, our salaries used to be in hundreds to thousands to lakhs in 2000, 2 crores now. We talk to a lot of people and they say that my salary is above 1 crore now. So that's the way in which we have grown. India has grown a lot of family offices. The wealth is increasing. In fact, post 2020, we have created more than 1,000 plus family offices. Private banking is growing very fast. Private banking across organizations, including I would say the public sector banks, you see that you have wealth management divisions, wherein you're talking to individual clients who are HNIs and they have got a lot of wealth which needs to be serviced and supported with. NRIs want to invest in India now with the advent of Gift City coming up with IFSC on board. There are so many opportunities for NRIs to actually go ahead and invest in India without obviously opening an NRE or NRO account, but practically without the Aadhaar or PAN also, without paying a single rupee tax to the government here in the currency in which they want to invest and take it back to their home countries. But who will actually advise these people? Right now, the advice is coming from various places. People would like to give advice from all the nooks and corners that Dasa was mentioning. Advice is coming from the social media, whether it is Instagram or YouTube and so many places. In fact, media has become a very good advisor. There are a lot of people who will advise you. Your uncle will advise you. Your wife will advise you. Your father will advise you. Your son or daughter will advise you. Can you actually trust them? Trust only the people who are experts, right? So when you sit in the aircraft, you trust the pilot. That pilot will take me home. Pilot will take me to the destination. You sit in the train, you trust the pilot who is actually driving the train, and you just sit down and you obviously reach your destination. So in the similar way, it is said that when you have to take the advice, you have to take it from an expert. Not everybody is an expert in this world. And that's where CFP professionals come in. You practically become consultants to your client. You're not just an advisor or an agent wherein you are selling a product. You are actually looking at the life of a customer. And our life is so interesting that it has got ups and downs, positive moments and negative moments. And whether it's a positive moment or a negative moment, we need the support of finance there. So financial planning, my friends, is not about managing money or investments. It is much beyond that. It is practically about managing life. And when you try to manage the life of people, you have to look at the best moments and the negative moments, and you have to keep on supporting them throughout your life and their life, right? And if you, as a banker, you're looking at this, I think for me, the bankers are the financial doctors because you deal with all the products, right? You deal with insurance, you also deal with mutual funds, you give opportunities for people to put money in FD, savings, wherever they can to grow their money, to grow their wealth. And interestingly, it is said that nobody in this world has become rich by earning a salary or by becoming an entrepreneur. People have actually become rich by investing money, and then only they are able to grow it to the next level. Now, as Dasa was mentioning that, how many years should I keep it? What should I do? And interestingly, what is happening is the world is changing, my friends, and just wanted to share with you that world is moving from active to passive, right? And passive is what is the future of the world. America has already become 53% passive. In fact, in the last quarter of December 24, $62.8 trillion were shifted from active funds to passive funds in US. Yeah, look at China. China has also moved to passive. Passive has got lower costs, lower expenses. There is no fund manager. And practically people manage their own funds by looking at the benchmarks, practically like your Sensex or BSE 100, S&P 100, S&P 500. All those benchmarks are there and you accordingly invest. So that's the way in which markets are changing. So if you know about all these things, what is happening in the market, because regulations keep on changing, compliances change, taxation changes, right? Investment opportunities change, financial products are growing, we have more opportunities to invest. So gone are the days that we had hardly one or two financial products. I still remember a lot of people used to buy their first home or first car post their retirement. Now people buy their first home or first car immediately after getting the first salary, or maybe before that. Now, previously we used to earn money and then we used to worry where to spend. Now today what we do is that we spend money first and then worry from where will I earn and repay. Now, it is completely changing. So we look at asset classes, we should also look at the liability side. So when we look at a balance sheet, there is an asset side, there is also a liability side. Most of the times, people who are in the investment business, people who are in banking, they always look at the asset side of the customer. I think time for us to look at the liability side also. And this certification prepares you to handle all the areas from investments to insurance, to retirement, to taxes, to estate planning, to risk management. And then at the final level, when you actually go ahead for the fast track model, wherein you have seen all these three levels, wherein you get an exemption from examination, not from education. You have to remember, exemption is from examination, not from education, which means that you have to prepare, because your final financial assessment, which is based on a case study, financial plan assessment, will happen basis the learning from all the first three papers. And also the final paper will have all the good components of the first three papers. So, which means that you have to study them. Why you need to study? Because we have never studied these topics in our career. Nobody has taught what is retirement planning, right? We have never studied that in our school, colleges, or universities. Nobody has taught us what is estate planning. People have taught us what is risk management for the businesses or the corporate. Nobody taught us risk management for our personal benefit. Right? How do I manage the risk for my own? Or if people have taught us investments, then these investments are more to do with the corporates, not with the individuals. So time has come that we learn all these things, and this curriculum will actually benefit you if you go ahead and learn. So education is a must, examination is an exemption. So don't think that, okay, you have got an exemption. You have got a very clear-cut support to just do away with the exams and go through the education. Please read it, go through all the topics which are there. I think my colleagues will explain you further on what are the topics we cover and why we need to study them, and then write the final examination. I can tell you that people who carry baggage on their head, that I am a chartered accountant, I am an MBA, right? I'm a banker for 15 years. I know everything. I know these topics really well. I'm sorry, my friends. If you do that, you're definitely preparing yourself to fail in this examination. So remove the baggage or the learnings you have, okay? Unlearn everything and start relearning. Yeah, as new topics, as new areas, first time experience, learn them, you'll do much better than what you have ever thought of. This examination is for people who come with fresh mind, right? And any professional examination in this world is not easy. Otherwise, it would have been a normal BCom or a BA, right? It's a professional course. It has to have a rigor. It will need your efforts. It will need your time, energy, passion, dedication, right? And most importantly, unlearning. Please unlearn what you have learned and come prepared with a fresh mind. I am 100% sure that all of you will clear the exams with flying colors. Our exams are not difficult. These are very flexible examination, but very practical and application-based examination. And I'm telling you here that your experience that you have gained at the bank will come handy in terms of making you perform better in the examination. So don't just think about passing the exam. Think about learning, clearing your concepts, clearing your fundamentals, becoming a strong professional who is a consultant to the people. Because, my friends, financial planning, like water, is a fundamental right for all of us. We have to talk about financial planning to somebody who has got a lot of money. We also need to talk about financial planning with people who do not have any money. Yeah, they're first-time investors, they're first-time savers, right? So we have to talk to them also, and people who are in between, the middle class, we need to talk to them definitely, right? So CFP professional has to obviously cover all of them. And always remember that whatever you learn here in this course can actually help you get into this noble profession of helping people. You help one person through education, you are helping one family. Once you help a family, society will automatically grow and economy will grow. So your objective should be educating. Don't look at just selling a product, because people who sell, they only earn money one time or two times maximum. But people who create an environment wherein people can come and buy through education, right? Then if a customer is buying on his own, the repeat purchase will automatically happen. Your relationship will become much more stronger and they will remain with you throughout your life. So let's work together to make this happen. This is a momentum that we are creating towards the Viksit Bharat. If Bharat has to become Viksit by 2047, what we have to do is that we have to educate Bharat for their finances. And I think through this professional certification, you will be empowered to actually educate India, educate Bharat towards this very strong tomorrow, towards Viksit Bharat of 2047. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I look forward to speaking with you very soon once again, and all the very best for the rest of the day and this session now. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Kisan. Very rightly said, actually. This, we have made this financial inclusion through Jan Dhan and other this small scale government programs. But this financial literacy, it has to penetrate to the Bharat, what you call, to the hinterland of the India. And that is only possible through this vast branch network. Maybe the BC networks also will target subsequent to this everything. So this is one effort from both of us to not only train our bankers, who not only can advise their customers, they will be also part of Viksit Bharat here by empowering the customers. How do they grow the money? How do they invest in a purposeful way? So let us say thank you, Kishan, for your enlightening speech.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Kishan, sir, for your insightful speech. We are pleased to have with us Ms. Trina Raval, Head Business Development FPSB India, in this webinar to share with you the details of the CFP program along with the fast track pathway. Before we start our presentation, I'd like to brief you about her profile. Tina is a management graduate from IMS Indore with over 17 years of experience as Head of Business Development for FPSB India. She is involved in planning and executing marketing and business development strategies leading to business growth, creating partnership opportunities by creating platforms for higher level engagement with partners and stakeholders. Prior to joining FPSB, she has worked with organizations like ACCA, British Council, NMMIS, ITM Group of Education, Jaipur Institute of Management, and Infomedia 18 Limited, mainly in the marketing and business development. Her almost 2 decades of experience follows mostly in the education sector and has a strong understanding of the Indian education market. Tina, you may kindly start your presentation of the CFP program.
Thank you so much, Rajdeep, for the introduction. I will quickly share my screen, and please do let me know once you're able to see the screen so that we can start.
Yeah, it's visible.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Das sir and Krishan, for setting the context so well. Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for the call today. Most of you are CIIB professionals. You have already either registered or applied for this program through IIBF website. Many of you, those who have not, I will try and make sure that we give you a detailed information of the program and the process that needs to be followed in order to enter into this. Das sir has very rightly mentioned about the benefits of this collaboration. I will quickly reiterate on the fact that FPSB India, 100% subsidiary of FPSB USA, Financial Planning Standards Board. We set the standards for financial planning across the globe. Along with that, we also own a qualification called CFP, Certified Financial Planner. It's a gold standard certification in the field of personal finance. And the reason why IIBF and FPSB India collaborated is because this qualification aligns so much with the work that you're already doing. And in due course of time, I will also share the benefits of pursuing this qualification post you have done your CIIB and the benefit it brings. Of course, you get a special entry to the fast track route because you have completed CIIB and you have 3 years of work experience. We give you a special support. My colleague Priya present with me today. She helps you, guides you throughout the journey so that your experience with us is very smooth and you complete the qualification in a swift manner. We also provide a very special pricing to IIBF CIIB candidates, and that also is a very good benefit to and a part of the collaboration that we have with IIBF. In due course, we will talk to you about the qualification, the curriculum, how it aligns with the work that you're already doing, what is the process, what are the benefits, and then towards the end, we will also have your questions so that we can clear all your doubts, and then you can have an informed decision about benefiting of this out of this opportunity. With that, let me know, Rajdeep, if my next slide is visible.
Yeah, it's visible.
Lovely, lovely. So let me take you through the roadmap of the entire qualification for your better understanding. There are 4 E's that we follow. The first one talks about the education, wherein you learn of all the 4 modules. I'll be sharing, or I'll be telling you about which all 4 modules are there in the qualification in my next slide. The second one talks about the examination. Once you have studied all the 4 modules, you appear for the examination and clear all 4 exams, and one financial plan that needs to be submitted as a case study. Then we talk about the experience. You need to either have 3 years of work experience or 1 year of supervised work experience. And there is one small module, which is the module of ethics. It is available on your LMS portal. It's a 5-hour self-study module. You need to complete it. Once you have completed all 4 of them, then you can apply for CFP certification and you become, our family member for the rest of your professional life. Now, in our case, there are certain exemptions that are given from these 4 E's to you. For example, you have already 3 years of work experience, so the 3 years of work experience category is taken down from here. In terms of the examination and education, like Krishan has rightly mentioned, you definitely will have to study all the 4 modules, but you will be appearing for the exam only for the last one and the financial plan that you need to submit. And then you will be able to apply for the certification. Now, these are the 4 modules that this qualification holds. We talk about investment planning, we talk about retirement and tax planning, we talk about risk and estate management, we talk about integrated financial plan, which is the last plan. Now, in our case, what we do is we exempt you from writing the exam for the first 3 specialist modules, but you enter through the fast track route directly in the last module, wherein you appear for the final CFP exam and submit the financial plan. Now, these 4 qualifications, they do hold several competencies which are going to be very beneficial for you to perform better in your existing jobs, progress in your professional career, and also even if you want to pursue your own careers in the field of financial planning, or you want to switch the jobs, whichever way you want to progress your professional journey, this is going to be very helpful. And these are some of the competencies that financial planning area holds with your current job profiles that you would be working. speaking, I'm sure you understand the importance of why these competencies are going to be extremely importance for you to know a little more about, is because the process itself. So this financial planning process not only entails what is the process, but it also aligns your objectives with this. So in today's competitive world, it is extremely important for you to be upskilling yourself in the relevant field, B, to get the clients, retain the clients, and then establishing that relationship with them. And in order to do so, you have to first establish a relationship, understand their needs, analyze what they are looking for, then accordingly develop a plan or products or guidance that you can give them, then implement it. And this whole process in terms helps you become a better banker, a better facilitator, better in terms of client servicing, in terms of providing them with the right details, in terms of understanding their needs, as you know, the holistic process of the financial planning and not just a product. And that is why it is important. Now, apart from all the programs that we or all the 4 modules that we have, I am directly jumping in the interest of time to the last 2, which is the CFP qualification and the integrated financial planning module, with the process wherein it is going to teach you what are the basic principles and the process and the skills that you are going to gain through this experiential learning based qualification, how to engage with the clients in the process, how to develop effective plans, how to establish relationship, how to perform better in your jobs and careers. There are 2 ways of the examination. One is online and one is at the centers of our partners. Both the exams are computer-based online exams, but one, at the luxury of sitting at your own place, you can appear for the exam. Second, you can go choose any of our centers and appear for the exam there. Now, in the interest of time, the first 3 papers I'm not talking about much, but let's talk about the final exam that you're going to appear, because the first 3 will be exempted from appearing for the exam, but not from the studying. The frequency of this qualification is going to be bi-monthly. There would be a case study and item creations that would be given, 50 questions, 25 on the case study, 3 mark each, 25 standalone questions, 1 mark each. There are detailed guides for all the 4 modules that are available. Once you have registered, of course, you get an LMS and the entire curriculum is given to you. But in case you want to know or prior understanding of the programs in details before you want to apply, my colleague Priya, when she shares the details with you, once we receive it from IIBF, your list, we do share these with you so that you can have a detailed understanding of what all these curriculum hold in terms of the content, so that you may align yourself with the qualification. Now, there is a special process for all the CAIIB candidates, and I would like to take you through that process. It is slightly easier. It is slightly easy to understand, but then still, like I've mentioned, we share a detailed email with you. We provide you the details on the phone and support you in case you find any difficulties in terms of following this. So what you have to do is firstly visit our website, FPSB India, and go on the fast track pathway. There's an option called register now. You have to click on the button and create an account. It's a real swift process. It won't take much of a time for you to do so. Then you fill in the personal details and the professional details there. Then you upload your CAIIB document and graduation certificate and the work experience document. The work experience document could be anything, your work experience certificate, your salary slip that talks about your workings from in that particular organization from so and so date to so and so date, or a document of offer letter from your current organization where you're working. All of these will be considered. Once you have done that, in the help us recognize you column, please note this has been a slight mistake by our CIIB candidates recently, where they have missed on to selecting this. If you do not select CIIB plus graduate into your institute partner under the help us recognize you drop down, you may not get the pricing benefit that are there, that we have especially created for CIIB candidates under our association with IIBF. And so it is important for you to please select this particular section and submit the application. Once your document are verified, then you get an email and a link, special link with a code to register, make the payment with the discounted ones, and then on board and start your journey with us. So this is the process. After my presentation is done, I'm sure there will be certain questions. We would be staying back and we would be happy to answer all your questions if you have around that. So that's about the process, the qualification, the need of the hour, and the association, the benefits that we provide through our association. Thank you so much, Rajdeep, and thank you so much, everyone. We look forward to answering more questions in the due course of time.
I just like to add what Tina has just said right now. Thanks, Tina, for the time. But when you actually start applying for them, you have to actually start through the IIBF website. In the IIBF website, there is an apply now button. In that apply now button, there is a apply for CFP fast track criteria. So there you need to just plug in your this membership number, and our system checks whether you are CIB qualified or not. And once you register there, we share the data with them ultimately. And for them, one first level background check of whether the candidate is qualified for CIB or not is done at our level also. So those data which is then shared with FPSB and FCSB, and then again shares the emailers or welcome mails to all those candidates who have registered, and one they can go and further register for this process. Okay, thanks, Tina, for the presentation. I think everyone would have got a broad understanding of the CFP registration process, and thanks a lot for guiding them. We can have the question answer round, right? We have the entire FPSG team with us. We have Tina with us, and also we have Priya, who is handling the who is manager operations and handling the entire enrollment process. In fact, she is also sending welcome mail. She is doing the welcome calling also to all the people, all the candidates who are registering for the program. So this is the right place, right platform to clear all your queries, and we can take it forward. In fact, few queries have already come. Very simple queries. You can read one of them, which has already come in the comment section, like what is the upper age limit? What are the required to apply under FTP? What is the maximum time taken to complete the course? What are the course fee? What is the annual renewal fee? How will I get the study materials? Any physical classroom training or webinar is there for the course or not? When will the course start? Again, and a similar to the first question, I am a retired banker, can I do it? Or how do I get the experience proof? Do I need to get an experience certificate from the bank? Fees. These are all the simple queries, which is very common queries, which you receive on email also. I think Priya, you can you are also very much aware because you are addressing queries.
Yes, I've addressed most of them already.
Yeah. So most of the very common queries you can ask, and after that you you can also raise your hands, and we can have the question and answer sessions.
No,
So Priya, you would.
Yeah, common queries. I think we can in a short. You can answer those queries.
Priya, you can answer the.
Let us answer that.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about the age limit. Priya, while you come, by the time you come back, I'll address quickly a few of them. There's no age limit. As Krishan keeps on saying that our youngest CFP professional is of how old? Krishan, 58 years or 78 years old, and our oldest is 70.
The oldest is 18. So
18.
yeah.
Yeah, and the oldest is 18. So there is no age limit to this qualification. However, there is a minimum eligibility criteria, is that you must be a graduate with 3 years of work experience to apply for the qualification. Whilst once you have completed the qualification, when you are appearing for the qualification, you must be a 12th cleared. And if you're entering the fast track route, then you must have done your master's or CAIB, more importantly in this case, with 3 years of work experience. That is the eligibility criteria.
Yes.
Yeah. Just to add one point here, that most of the senior bankers are joining our qualification in the age group of 55 to 58, obviously with the plan of starting their own practice post-retirement. So, and some of the people are managing directors and CEOs also. Just wanted to share that.
Yeah. And there is a famous saying also, as long as you keep learning, you are young. Once you stop learning, you are old. So
then you are old.
If they join a PSB course, they will continue to be young.
That's right, sir. And in fact, we ensure that they have to continue to be young through the continued professional development also, which is a part of the curriculum. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, over to you.
So let's begin. So first question we have from Mr. Srinivasan. So I'm starting from the latest one. Any physical classroom training or only webinar-based center for the entire course? So we will only provide the ebooks. And if anyone wants to have those classroom training option, they can opt for our authorized education provider. Of course, which is not a part of the fee structure which we have designed and board is charging for the discounted price. And they need to directly coordinate with the authorized education provider. They will help them out with the entire classroom training part. When will the course start? So the moment you register with us, you will have the access to your LMS profile where you will have your online ebooks and you can access to them and start your journey with us. And I'm a retired banker. This question, as Tina has already asked, answered, and Christian has also added their points. So yes, this has already been addressed. How do I get the experience proof? Do I need to apply to a bank? So yes, that like Tina has already mentioned this part in the PPT. We can, if you want to share your current organization experience, if you are working with your current organization for 3 years or more, you can share your latest salary slip if it has date of joining, if you're comfortable to share that. Or you can ask your HR or HODs to share the experience letter with you, which will have your employment tenure, and we just need 3 years of work experience. So either which ways you are comfortable with, you can share your experience documents with us along with your valid education documents during the application process. Coming to the next question, please give details of the fees. So the normally what we charge for fast track, the total we have is 74,500. As promised, we have a collaboration with IIBF. So we are giving a discount on the total fee structure, and the total comes out after discount is 54,600. The bifurcations we have already shared with most of you already. So there is a discount on the document verification part and on the initial registration stage. On the top of it, we share a discount coupon code, which automatically reduces the amount once you pay the registration amount. Once the registration is done, how much time we can take to write an exam? So it's totally up to you how much time you want to prepare for your exam. So the moment you register with us, you can start preparation of your exam and financial plan assessment, because we conduct both of them bi-monthly. It's completely up to you when you want to give the exam, whether you take 2 months or 4 months. Once you're prepared, you can block the slots for your exam and you can proceed ahead with your examination part. What is the fee structure for CAIB certified bankers that I've addressed already? Please explain the process after registration to IIBF portal. This is already explained in our PowerPoint presentation, that once you register at IIBF website, receive a consolidated list from the IIBF team post verification, and after that you have to complete the procedure on the FPSP India website, considering the document verification part, and after that we'll verify your documents and start your journey post registration. If you have a work experience but currently not working, can we apply any age limit? So yes, this has already been addressed, no age limit. And yes, you can apply with their valid work experience, that doesn't matter. How much time we provided to complete all the exam after registration? So once you register with us, you will have a 1 year of registration validity. During this time, you can prepare and give an attempt to your exam. And even though if you are not able to complete within a year, you can extend your registration validity by renewing your subscription. And there is certain charge which you need to pay that. So the amount varies if you are renewing on or before the due date. And if you're renewing it after due date, the charges vary. Any online material? Yes, we provide ebooks for all the course material, which Tina has already explained. Are you providing any exemption to those who have completed CAIB and IIBF diploma? So we are providing exemption to CAIB members, and they are directly eligible for the fast track, considering the work experience part as well, along with that. I'm a retired bank officer since 3 years. If I'm eligible to get admission, how to get experience certificate? Since 3 years, if I'm eligible to get admission. Okay, so you are eligible. You can ask your concerned bank to issue your experience. I'm sure you must have got their relieving letters or at the time of their retirement as well. So that will have the employment tenure. So that we can validate. If you want to share it with us on email, we can check and confirm you if at all you have any doubts regarding your work experience document as well. Once registration is done, how much time we can take to write the exam? This has already been addressed. I want to enroll for normal pathway. Will I get the discount as I have completed CAIIB? So CAIIB members are eligible for fast track. If you would like to go for the regular pathway, you can go, but we are not offering any discount for the IIBF for the regular pathway. I have completed JIIB in 2015 and CAIIB in 2024. Will I be eligible? Yes. But considering the work experience part as well, if there is 3 years or more work experience, yes, in finance sector, you are eligible for fast track. Duration of course, number of attempts after registration, course fee. There are some questions from Mr. Abhishek Mukherjee, which has already been addressed. One of the question which is not we have covered yet, number of attempts after registration. So there is no such limit on the number of attempts. You can give the attempts as many if you want, but of course the cost will be concern of matter for you. Every time if you are giving a reattempt, the reattempt cost you have to bear. And that is not the part of the fee structure which we are initially quoting. Only one-time exam fees is including as a part of the fees which I have mentioned, the discounted one. What will the total duration of the course? So like I've already mentioned, the registration validity you have is 1 year and you can extend if at all you're not able to do it within a year. What if I'm not a CAIB qualified and also the fees for the same? Will there any training classes? If you are not a CAIB qualified and if you have other qualifications which are being approved for fast track along with the work experience part, you can come to fast track. But of course, the IIBF discount will not be part of your curriculum. I'm working in State Bank of India from 9 years. As I came to know about SBI had a collaboration with FSB for CFP, which will be fee amount reduced. So which path we need to follow, the IIBF or via internal SBI when they will come up? What's with that's a confusion. So yes, we have a tie with SBI as well. So you have two options open. It's completely up to you. I cannot club both of them, but yes, you can opt for one of them. The annual renewal fees for the program appears to be on a higher side compared to other professional fees.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Priya. Sorry. Just to add to the previous question.
Yeah.
There is a different kind of association that we have with SBI. You might not receive the same benefits that you're receiving here. Out of the two partnerships that we have, my suggestion, you go with the CAIIB benefit. These are better than the other partnerships. So in case you are working with any of the organizations who are our authorized corporate partners, our suggestion would be go with your CIIB qualification. Thank you.
Bank also wealth management have the bankers who will be completing the CIB, including I talked to the Bank of Baroda. They are also trying to encourage this CIB route. So they will get this fast track promotion. I agree with Tina.
Yes. Thank you, sir. The annual renewal fees for the program appears to be on a higher side compared to other professional courses in India like CA, CMA, CS. If the annual renewal membership can be limited to 5,000, then it will be a major boost for the qualified certificates. Tina, would you like to intervene on this part?
I would like Krishan to answer this question.
Okay.
You may not answer the question. You can consider it in due course.
Let me share something here. This is so practically any organization runs on fuel. Membership fee or the certification fee is the only bread and butter we have, right? So, and I can tell you that we are the most affordable international qualification in India right now in terms of the certification fee that we charge. It is practically the lowest certification fee for any international qualification. We cannot compare this with the Indian CA, CS, and CMA because these are government supported institutions and their fee will always be lower. Plus, their membership in India is pretty high, right? You know that. But then the advantage with us is that a CFP professional is a CFP professional anywhere in the world. It's a globally recognized qualification, a certification which works like a global passport for you. The other certifications cannot have that kind of a power. The second thing is that we support a lot. In fact, what happens is during the 1 year of the certification fee that you pay, for paying the 10,500 that we charge, including the GST, practically what happens is you get the benefits worth more than 20,000. That much I can assure you. The benefits are more. In fact, once you join the certification, you will receive a benefit booklet, which clearly outlines all the benefits that you're going to get. You need to do CPDs. 15 CPD points are needed for the renewal. And I can tell you that we have created an opportunity of 62 CPD points for the CFP professionals in India. So you will not face any difficulty in terms of learning, improving, growing, and getting the benefit out of the fee that you pay. It's very nominal, I can tell you. I'm also a member of a professional body wherein I pay around 25,000 rupees plus tax every year. So you can imagine my fee is much more higher. So practically all the international certifications will have a fee which is much higher than what we charge. And you can compare it very easily. Don't compare it with the Indian certifications, please. Yeah.
Thank you. Sir, I'm a banker already pursuing the course. Do I have to again register through IIBF? Well, I'm not sure if you have availed the facility of CAIB or not. I mean, that we need to check whether at that time we had a collaboration with IIBF or not. So if you would like to register now with IIBF, then again you have to restart your journey. I
It's
mean,
like the
yeah.
iPhone today, a new iPhone comes, you don't get the same benefit, you actually pay a higher price. But so I think you continue with this. Don't worry about the fee, discounts, etc. Not everything can be achieved. Like, so once you get married, you cannot have another wife. No, it's not easy. So, right. So in the similar way, we have already registered. So let's continue with that. Right.
Are there any trainer mentor opportunity for existing CFPs where we can contribute to coaching? So we have mentorship session for our registered candidates, and they can have those sessions attended from our FPSP India team. They conduct to help them during their FPA assessments and for the preparation of the exams as well. Trainers, I've already told that we have authorized education providers. So if someone wants to opt for them, they can directly reach out to them. What is the course fee after repaid? That I've already addressed. I'm a corporate credit analyst, senior relationship manager with experience of 13 years in PSB. Can you help me how CFP will help me in this sector? I can shift my career to different verticals. Tina, would you like to answer this question?
Sure, Priya.
Yeah.
All right. So, see, I have showed you how CFP qualification teaches you about different verticals of financial planning. And if in the field of financial services, if any of these verticals are of support to you. However, when it comes to switching careers, my personal suggestion is that that is absolutely up to you. You should do what makes you feel right. If you want to be in the financial industry, then this qualification is definitely going to help you in terms of switching careers within the industry. Does it help? Of course, financial planning or financial services landscape itself in India is taking a huge shift. In this shift, there has been a drastic change in terms of requirement of the wealth planners, with India being the fourth largest economy, with per capita income of people being increased. People have now a lot of money and so need to manage that money, and that is why the requirement for wealth managers and other professions or jobs where you can definitely look into switching to. That's one stream. The second stream is, even if you want to, let's say, take a break from the job and wants to set up your own practice, CFP is the only international professional qualification through which you can practice in India. And if from that perspective you are looking at it, then again, it's a good choice. But if in case you're asking about switching your careers from finance to somewhere else, it's absolutely your choice and you should definitely follow your heart.
Yeah. Just to add one point. Sorry, sir. Just I'll take 60 seconds. Yeah.
The question again, for you and for me also.
Yeah.
What is it?
I think he wants to shift a career
No, but
after
where is
pursuing
there
the
in the
CFP certification.
credit or where is it? What we are doing? Just read out the thing.
Priya, can
Yeah,
you read the question
yeah,
once
yeah,
again?
yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, sure, sure.
The corporate
I'm
credit
a
analyst, senior relationship
analyst.
manager.
Yeah, yeah. With a 13 years of experience in PSB, can you please help me how CFP will help me in this sector, or can I shift my career to different verticals?
Yes. Okay. So let me add certain points here. I have seen a pilot, a commercial pilot, doing my course and becoming the head of a business development of a bank in Middle East, right? And he's a commercial pilot. After CFP certification, he could become a head of business development. I have seen people who did the certification and today they are the communication head of some of the banks. Like, for example, if you go to HSBC Bank, the communication and the marketing head is a CFP professional. I've seen CFP professionals becoming the editors and journalists in large magazines and newspapers. Whether you look at Economic Times, you look at Mint, you look at Business Today, look at Money Control, you'll see CFP professionals working there. Okay. In addition to that, see, what happens is beyond a certain point, your certification can actually give scope in various fields. You can be in strategy, you can be in risk management, you can be in underwriting, you can be in credit management. It doesn't matter. But then once you are a financial planner from heart, right, it means that you have learned a skill which can actually help you to manage your own finances. Number two, to help your family and also the dear and near ones whom you know. And plus to that, in case you want to practice, as Tina has clearly mentioned, you can very well go ahead and practice and make money out of it. In fact, people who are practicing, they earn more than the people who are employed. The other thing is that if you look at the private banking sector, which is the fastest growing sector in India, I'm not encouraging you to leave your bank, but I can tell you that private banking pays a huge amount of money. The salaries in private banking are between 25 lakhs to 8.5 crores. And some of these professionals who are private bankers, they are paid more than their CEOs also, which is the reality. Why? Because the kind of bonuses and incentives they make is huge. So this professional course in itself can open a lot of doors for you. It's like a key to the door. Rest, obviously, you have the opportunity. You have to learn, as I said, unlearn and relearn and keep on upgrading yourself. And then you can be in any area. It doesn't matter. You can be into marketing, sales. You can also be into operations because we need to understand these things to deliver, right? And I can tell you some of the areas that we cover in our curriculum, like estate planning is more of a legal subject, right? Retirement planning needs you to go through a lot of mathematics related aspects and statistics related aspects, right? Insurance is insurance, you know that. So, and in fact, the bank's bank insurance channel, as Dasa was mentioning, is the most flourishing area for any of the bank right now, whether in India or internationally. So you have tremendous number of opportunities which are there. I can tell you that interestingly in my field, we have got more jobs and less number of people to apply to those jobs. So the demand is high, supply is less. And when demand is high and supply is less, what you do is that you charge premium. So if you want to make a career in this field, you'll be able to charge a lot of premium in future, not immediately or after once you've completed, but then wherever you are in this field also, your bank will support you during your career. We are working very closely with most of the public sector banks, including IIBF, which is the main bridge organization between all the public sector banks here in India and also the private sector they support. So obviously you will have a plethora of opportunities coming in front of you. So need not worry about that. What is important is that you should focus on the area wherein you have a passion and you enjoy working in that area. I can tell you after certain number of years, like for example, for me, I have been a hardcore sales and business development person. And today I'm a CEO doing everything. I'm the one who opens the shutter and close down the shutter. In between whatever happens, I have to go through that. And it is practically true for most of the people who become CEOs later. So you end up doing everything after a certain point in time. I'm telling you right now itself. Yeah. That's why we want to add something.
Very well. But I was just trying to do that in the public sector bank, he pays in for 13 years in credit analyst or in the corporate credit. This will enrich your own professional life. What you are telling, I agree. But here, when you talk to a large corporate, they will have their own employees also. And the corporate salary packages, all these things is included in this financial planning. So if presently it will enrich your professional life, and in future also, if you want to do something else and you want to have your own path, you can do that. That is what Mr. Mishra told. So here it is upon you. How do you enrich yourself by acquiring more and more knowledge. Certification is one part. You have to read little bit more. You have to continue to read this professional qualifications. Getting certification is one part, but how do you internalize that? Your continuous professional development, what Mr. Misra was telling. There lies the clue to success. How do you internalize these things? Stating.
Thank you so much, Krishan. Thank you so much, Mr. Das, for explaining it so well. I'm moving to the next question.
Priya, there
I've
is a
enrolled.
long list of
Yeah.
queries. You can skip those queries which are very common, which has been addressed. You can go to queries which are unique, because I think the list of queries is quite huge.
Yes, quite huge. Yeah. I'm
So
skipping
just
the
keep the
repeated
queries which are,
questions.
which are
Yeah,
relevant.
I'm skipping the repeated questions already.
Yeah, but Rajdeep, one thing, all these queries are there. You consolidate the queries and like you prepare FAQs, which will put up in our website. All the queries, here all the queries will get also answered. Peculiar this specific queries we will do that, but all others we prepare an FAQ.
We'll do
Yes.
that. We'll do that.
Priya, take one question from an ex-serviceman. I just wanted to share that he's a qualified CIIB and a graduation degree is there with him from Indian Navy, right? And I can tell you that the Indian Army, Air Force, Navy, the number of years of experience is counted as a graduation qualification. Plus to that, the CIIB is already there. So we'll be able to consider that as an experience, because the government also considers the same equivalent to the bachelor's degree. So I don't think there should be any problem. If he has served for 15 years and above, I think he will have a certificate internally issued by the defense services, which will be considered as a bachelor's degree. Yeah.
Welcome, sir. It's good that you are showing the interest. Thank you.
Yeah. In fact, sir, we have got a lot of Army officers, Air Force and Naval officers who are CFP professionals. There are scientists.
The ex-army people, they are so passionate. If they actually join, they will hell-bent on passing. That I assure you.
Definitely, yes, sir. Yeah. In fact, I'm son of an army officer myself, so can't agree less with you here or more with you. So, yeah.
So I'm just picking up the unique questions, not picking the repeated one. I've enrolled last year during 2024 by paying 1,000. However, not pursued further or not attended session or exam. Kindly guide me whether last year 2024 registration we can go ahead this year. Yes. Rajdeep, I think this person name is not written here and he has emailed you.
Yeah, you can please
We can
send
pick it
the
up.
mail once again. We'll consider.
Yes, we will consider your request. Okay, I have done the first step of registration last year, again the same one. You can reach out to us. Is there a FAQ link? It surely will create for you and it will be shared with all the interested participants. What will be the mode of final exam? So yes, that will be an online exam, proctor-based exam, which you have to give online exam. There will be conducted, and also there will be financial plan assessment, which you have to prepare and submit it online. Okay, I've enrolled last year. Okay, the similar question. When I'm trying this year again to enroll, it is showing an error. You can reach out to us and we will help you out and we'll try to resolve your error. Who are authorized education providers and what are the charges? That you need to reach out to the authorized education provider. You can check the list on our website and you can check with the charges with them only. Should I be eligible for the course? I have 8 years of experience as officer assistant, but not as officer. We need to review your work experience document before giving you a confirmation on that part, considering your education and work experience part both. I have experience. I'm pursuing MBA. I don't have work experience, so I'm eligible for this course. Then you have to go through the regular one, considering the graduation is being done or 12th.
Just one point. Designation doesn't matter. Officer, assistant, officer, executive doesn't matter. Yeah, we will not be looking at the designation. What we want to know is the experience and education. We give you the benefit for your examination that you have already given, as well as for the experience that you have, not the designation that you have.
Yeah. Thank you for adding it, Krishan. How is this financial plan assessment process done? So we will upload financial plan to your profile, and you can take couple of days time to prepare a fictional plan and upload it to your LMS profile, submit it over there. And on the basis of that analysis, we will judge and assess whether the financial plan made is up to the set expectations or not. So accordingly, you will receive an update from the FPSP India team. I have experience of 2 years in current bank, but in old bank, I have served 10 years. Doesn't matter. Overall, we want 3 years of work experience. You can submit your past organization letters as well. I have completed post-graduation in 2012 under the previous MOU collaboration with IIBF and FBS. Please tell me the steps after the course. So, CAIB, if you're a CAIB member and if you would like to enroll right now, you can come up and considering the work experience part, you are eligible for fast track. You can come up and we can give you the discount part as well. What are the opportunities after completing the course? This has already been addressed. We have discussed it in very detail. CIB completed but having 2 years of experience. Unfortunately, you have to wait for 1 more year if you want to come to our fast track. Otherwise, you can opt for the regular one at this time. How many times can a person write the exam? This has already been, we have taken up. Moving ahead, these are also the repeated questions. Please repeat the eligibility criteria. We have already taken this up. Fee structure, CPD, Krishan has very well explained that part as well. Someone wants to the details to be shared on the email. So Rajdeep, it would be great if you could post my email ID on chat box, and someone wants to have details on email, they can write an email to me. I'll share all those details with them on email.
Okay.
Priya, as a process,
Yeah.
what we can do is that to all the people who are attending, let's
Okay.
email
Okay,
ID.
sure. Yeah, sure. That I'll do. Yeah. If someone wants to have some or
Additional
any
queries,
other additional queries, so they can send me an email.
Sure.
Any physical books also available, as I prefer physical copies over ebooks. So we only provide ebooks. How many hours do we need to finish all the 3 ebooks? That completely depends on you. Or just that you have to be thorough with all the material, because like Krishan has already mentioned, you have to go through all the course material. You are getting an exemption only for the exam. You just have to go through all the 4 course materials.
In addition to that,
Yeah.
Priya, to
Yeah.
let you know the best practices for fast track route, normally people complete it from 6 to 8 months time.
Yeah.
Most of you would be able to finish it in that duration itself.
Yes. In exemption, those who have IIBF diploma in advanced wealth management. Are we providing, so someone is asking, are we providing an exemption to those who have completed IIBF's diploma in advanced wealth management? So this is only for CAIIB candidates. And this verification part is already being done by Rajdeep and team. So we receive applications after the verification process. These are the repeated ones. Do we have to pay extra fees? Yes, you have to pay extra fees to education providers. I have lost my CAIB certificate membership number on the website is shown not found. Please reach out to Rajdeep. He will help you out. Any additional discount for qualified? Yes, CAIB member. Yes, we have discussed it already. I'm a working banker with 12 years of experience, CAIB and certified credit professional. Can I apply for fast track? Yes, you can. Because in bank, November, December, in the month promotional examination, I am a MBA Marketing Finance and CIB qualification. I'm sorry, your question is, I think, incomplete. Any advice, little bit of scope, which we have discussed. The scope part has already we have discussed. What is the reattempt cost? Okay, this is important. So for the examination part, okay, let me just quickly share my screen and show the costing part. Is my screen visible?
Yes, visible.
Yeah, so this is the fee structure which we have for IIBF people. So document verification is free for you. And like I've already mentioned, you are getting the discount over here while doing the registration part. We issue you a discount coupon code which you have to apply while paying the online course material and registration part. After that, there is a examination fees which you have to pay initially as a bundled price, which is 25,000, out of which we are charging 13,000 for the CFP exam and 12,000 for the financial plan assessment. And the final installment which you have to pay once you clear both of them is the CFP certification cost, which is the 10,500. And the total of it, 54,600 you have to pay overall. Talking about the reattempt, so if at all you're not able to clear both of them, then you have to pay the entire cost. And if you are not able to clear any one of the component, then you have to pay for that particular thing only, either the CFP or the FPA. Moving ahead. Okay, these are the repeated questions. Most of the questions are repeated already.
Priya, in the interest of time, it might be a very good idea that we take the details of all the attendees, their email IDs. We
Yeah.
share our FAQ designed specifically
Sure.
for IIBF with all of them, and a
Sure.
welcome email again. Thank you, email, for joining and sharing the details.
Sure,
Yes,
sure, sure.
I'll
Definitely.
share with you the list of attendees today,
Definitely.
so we can
Definitely.
create an
Also,
FAQ and we can send
Also,
it.
Rajdeep, might be a good idea. We can, those who could not, who we have 1,000 plus people who had applied for it, those who could not attend, maybe along with the link of this recording, we can share all those required FAQs and documents to them as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely. We'll do that. We'll do that. I think a lot of almost half an hour has gone into clearing the doubts, and at least
Yeah, we
Yeah.
were
seeing the
we
number of query, it will need another 1 hour, I believe, to clear all the queries.
we
So
were very swift in terms of finishing our conversation so that we can spend maximum time on addressing the questions. But like last time, again, we kind of could not address all of them.
They have the interest also. So let
Yes.
us clear
Yeah.
the doubts.
yeah,
It's a good thing. We have lots of
The
questions.
question,
Yeah.
more the question, better for us.
Yeah. So this actually shows the positive response that FPSB is getting from the banking
Yes.
fraternity, CIB. So a lot of
Indeed.
people are interested in doing this program. So more the doubts you clear, the more it is. However, for the paucity of time, we actually surpassed the time more than 15 minutes. So I think we should end today. But anyway, thanks a lot to all the participants for their questions, and I have to thank all the senior people from the FPSB for patiently hearing all the queries and clearing them. However, before we end this webinar, I'd like to request Dr. K. Gangadharan, Director Academics, to kindly propose the vote of thanks.
Okay, thank you, Rajdeep. May I hear?
Yeah, we are audible.
Okay, now we are moving to the final episode of this webinar on unlocking financial future and greater career opportunity with the CFP certification. Most respected CEO of IIBF, Mr. Vishwaketan Das. Similarly, the respected CEO of FPSB India, Mr. Krishna Misra, Ms. Tina Raval, Head of Business Development, FPSB India, similarly Priya Dhawan, the webinar moderator Rajdeep, my colleagues from IIBF, and also the most respected participants from different banking and financial institutions. Actually, for the last 1 hour, we have been fully immersed in the certified financial planning program, how we can make it effective, how it will fruitful for the present generation of the community. We can see that this financial planning is actually not a lecture now, or even not a mystery. It is actually it's a necessity. We can put in that way. Now it's a necessity. The thing that the current environment is that much of challenging, because now we are in the world of uncertainty. The rising uncertainty is there. The case of individual, the case of institution, the case of families, uncertainty may maternity. So rising uncertainty, the job loss will be there. The natural issues are there. Similarly, the financial catastrophe. So actually uncertainties are mounting. Then again, we can see that the issue of the inflationary pressures that facing the economy, the budget, the family budget, it will be totally upset. And the rising, the inflation level starting from creeping to walking to even jumping and galloping level, inflation will be there. Sometimes it may adversely affect the prospect of family. Then also, as mentioned by our the evolving financial instrument, varieties of instruments are there for the proper utilization to take advantage of the market situation. Not with the salary, even with a proper plan, you can become a millionaire or a richer. So the evolving instruments starting from mutual funds, equity, shares, bonds, everything. So many varieties of instruments are available. Then again, we can see the life aspirations. Life aspirations may change from individual to individual. Sometimes it may be for better career, sometimes it may be for better education, sometimes it may be for starting any venture. Now we can say that even IIT people are not ready for control till their age of retirement. Only after working 3 or 4, 5 years, they are starting ventures or startups. So they can, with a limited time period, they may think of making or building more money. I think that for these issues, actually, the need for this type of planning is inevitable. And now we can see that across all income levels, people are utilizing the service of the professionals to have informed decisions. Definitely, they are utilizing. So the informed decision from the qualified, certified financial planner will be a blessing for them. And just like as mentioned by Krishna Mishra, it's actually protecting an individual and protecting the family. Actually, it is managing life. It's managing life of individual. So not for a profession, actually, it is for helping the members of a family. This type of certification will be useful, not for seeking a particular job alone. Just as the nation is protected by the proper defense system, similarly, a qualified hands can protect the family and the individual as a whole. And one more thing we can see that, actually, I would like to add one more thing. That's actually a sort of financial protection, or we can call it as the military strategy is a bunker. Actually, it's a bunker. The sense that it may provide protection from all the financial catastrophes or unexpected financial storm that may come across in the case of an individual. So actually a sort of protection. And one more point is that we can see that now the bird is thinking globally and acting locally. Actually, it is not a professional necessity. It is now, or actually it's a professional necessity, not a philosophy. We have been put it as the philosophy in the beginning. Now it has become an essential in the sense that it's a necessity. We have to think globally because now we are the part and parcel of the globalization, liberalization era. And one more thing, as Shiv mentioned, that these financial professions are actually not limited to borders, or it is beyond the borders. It is beyond borders, or it is borderless in the sense that your knowledge, your skill, and credentials are actually the gold standard. Because actually it's a global passport. You from wherever sitting any part of the globe, you can contribute to your knowledge, and thereby you can become a well-built financial planner. So actually that is itself is the uniqueness of the CFP program, the global validity and the global acceptance because of the knowledge, the credentials and skill actually important from the 4 important papers that will cover the entire vista of financial planning. Then again, we can say that's actually the badge of credibility. The credibility is most important. Just like as Savyas mentioned, if you are consulting a doctor, you must have confidence. Then only you'll be ready to take his medicine and continue the treatment. So similarly, the credibility, the badge of credibility at the global level is an important point we noted. As Savyas mentioned, I would like to compare that of a pilot. A pilot actually guides the plane through the cloudy skies and also air turbulence to reach the passengers in the proper destination. Similarly, I think that the certified financial planner, definitely he can lead the individuals, providing a proper advice and consent to reach his destination in a timely manner, systematic manner, in a safe manner. So actually the role of pilot is very apt for the civil planner, that credibility will be there because he will be taken to the destination. So the badge of credibility is also another point that we can add as far as the CFP program is concerned. Then again, we get that shortcut already mentioned. It's a shortcut program, but it's not a shortcut. It is not a shortcut means actually Surya has already mentioned. You are a shortcut only in examination only. No need of appearing for the 4 papers. But the thing is that the knowledge is safe. You are getting a chance, or actually that as you do not have to start from the scratch when your foundation is so strong. Because all these 3 papers, all these papers, you have the knowledge, then no need of appearing for the examination because the knowledge is very important. The last paper, the consolidated paper, automatically all other papers will be coming. So the shortcut is not bad. It's an effective shortcut, or we can call it as a strategic shortcut. Then again, we can that okay, actually we are using it as the past learning will be utilizing as a ladder. Definitely the CIB people are getting most advantage because of the knowledge and soundness in that area. Actually, you can make it as a ladder, not as a loop, because it is providing further enhancement of knowledge, and there we will be getting that space. So that also is actually an important thing that we got to mention as far as this is a fast track method eligible for the CIB plus people. Then similarly, we can see that all other the program, this webinar actually covered the entire thing, how the fast track is feasible, what are the fee structure, how it is eligible, how we can utilize, how it is for the members of the family, for end, and also for even for fetching as a career. This certified financial planning is very relevant. We have already cleared that. So the thing is that it is more than a qualification. We have to consider that it's more than a qualification. Here we can say it's a mark of trust is there, a mark of expertise is there, and also a mark of ethics is there. So actually a blending of all these things are there. In banking system, we can say that now we are in the era of artificial intelligence and also machine learning. There is no touch. No banker will know the name of the people. Only the account number will be there. So that will not work. But here, as Sargas mentioned, it is actually managing life. So providing a service just like a doctor. So he will always remember he has escaped me from that crisis. Similarly, a person is able to become rich just because of the particular advice, he will be remembered. So that level of change is there. So it is valuable than that of the banking profession. So people can also shift from one field to other. So it's providing an opportunity. So actually, I would like to conclude here that it's actually a holistic vision. The certified financial planning program is actually a holistic vision. As you know, holistic in the sense that it is covering many areas. As you know, the health is most actually the certified financial plan program is providing a long-term well-being. In the case of this holistic health, a sound mind only in a sound body, a sound body only in a sound family, a sound family only in a sound environment. That is the holistic view. Here also we can say that definitely it is very relevant in the sense that it is also connecting the domains of the financial life of an individual. We can see that there are different types of investment opportunity, the different type of insurance facility, the estate tax, the retirement facility, all these are different components. Just like the health in the case of just physical, mental, social, and the environmental. That's holistic. Physical health must be important, mental is social and environment. Similarly, in the case of financial domain also, these are the opportunities provided on. For that, the blending of all these things is required. Investment is required, insurance, estate tax, retirement, all other facilities. So blending of all these will enable to provide a holistic financial life for the individual. So I hope that this webinar actually provided a very wonderful picture about qualifying and international qualification, definitely a gold standard qualification, enabling to move across the country to provide this expertise and service in a very ethical, in a trusted and an expertise manner that the competency will be improving. And moreover, about this program, I would like to express the sincere thanks for all the three people from FBSP and also our CEO. Actually, in the sense that more than FBSP, our CEO is taking much initiative because we have been a lot of collaboration. We have the collaboration with Keynote. There are also these fast tracks there. Some incentives are getting. So this collaboration must not be for the namesake. It must be in proper in number. It should be properly utilized, and more people should be produced, more and more people should be qualified, and should be in the ecosystem. So the initiative and pain taken by is too much, and that's why we have been forced to organize this webinar. So on behalf of, I would like to thank on behalf of IIBF and on behalf of the FBSP and on behalf of entire participant assembly here, I express my deep sense of gratitude for our CEO for taking the much initiative in culminating this collaboration in a productive and in effective manner and also in a time-bound manner. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Then actually the FPSP CEO, Mr. Krishan Misra, he is also taking pain for providing more accommodation and more people to qualify under the CIB quota, because it's actually a benefit given for the CIB. We have already seen the fee structure and also the fast track method, the shortcut method, the effective strategic shortcut to qualify more people. So the pain taken by our CEO FPSP, and I take on behalf of IIBF and I on behalf of all the participant assembly here. Sir, thank you very much for undertaking this type of webinar, for motivating and also giving birth for more people to come forward to be an internationally qualified people. Then again, the people from the Tina Raval from FPSP also, she has also present the cost structure and also the fast track method and also the content and coverage and competence aspect, etc. Definitely, I hope that the most of the participants from different banking institutes have got a better opinion, a better picture about how to qualify very easily, and the need and relevance of qualifying this also they have got. And similarly, as Priya Dava has already clarified most of the queries from the participant, I hope that the ambiguity and apprehension on the part of the most of the part members of this meeting might have got a better clarity about it for joining the program, and it must have very well cleared. And thank you on behalf of IIBF and also all the participants of here. So once again, and thank one and all for giving a golden opportunity for getting more knowledge and more information about this course with on the gates of the at the international level, getting the validation and also for getting a global certification in the field of financial planning program. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you, Kishanji. Thank you all. Thank you, Trainer.
Thank you,
Thanks a lot,
Dasa.
Jonathan.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, everyone. Have a very good evening.
Thank you.
Take
With
care.
this
Bye.
webinar comes to an end. Thanks a lot for your active participation. Good day. And we'll share with you all the common queries which has been addressed. And my due apologies if any of your queries have been left behind. But I believe most of the important queries has been addressed today. Thanks a lot. Goodbye. Good night. Thank you.